Hello and welcome to a little discussion, open discussion about the ego and the sentence we hear all too often in yoga classes and the yoga world: destroy the ego. What does that even mean? And is it an appropriate way to address our relationship with the ego identity? And is it maybe more useful to ask ourselves, can I integrate the ego? My name is Anne, and over the past 10 years, I've been guiding people to higher awareness, higher consciousness, and essentially through empowerment, self-empowerment, and choice, by moving away from the domination of the ego identity into a higher awareness and the cultivation of the relationship with that. But what does it imply then to say destroy the ego? When we look at multiple definitions of what the ego is in psychology, it's essentially the I identity and the idea and the belief that I am something, I want something, I do something, the I self that moves into this world. You could see it almost as an instrument of the soul that is this boundless, boundless universal energy that is moving through this human shape and has certain things it wants and doesn't want. But the problem or the challenge is that many times this ego is built on foundations that stem from our younger adulthood and even childhood. So ideas of the society, of the culture, of our family, the caregivers that tell us what is right and what is wrong, and the strong aversions and attractions that we have. So to give an example, very strongly in our society is, what do you want to be? What do you want to be when you're growing up? What do you want to be? And then maybe I have a very long ego idea that I want to be rich. And rich is measured in money, not in my mental activity, my intelligence, the way I engage with others. Rich is, okay, I have a lot of money on my account. But then as I move there, I might not move away from my values and actually hurt and harm others as I'm trying to go to this goal driven with the ego, eventually ending up having that money on my account, but still feeling a hole and a sense of emptiness into my life. When we practice yoga, we're actually becoming aware of the deeper values and desires that are truly fueling us and fueling our sense of contentment in life. It's a broader question of, what do I truly want? I not just representing the external world and the expectations and ideas that are projected onto us, but a deeper inner knowing that we kind of have when we are a child. We're kind of unaffected yet with the outer world, and we have these like spontaneous ideas and connections with the world. So yoga is actually the cultivation of that higher self identity that is often more connected with the heart, with the heart and with values of compassion, curiosity, and openness, and an explorative drive. So my idea on this, and I'm curious what you think, is that we actually don't necessarily want to destroy the ego and no longer have this I identity, but we rather want to be questioning what is driving and fueling my actions in life, and is it truly in alignment with my heart? If I'm truly compassionate and open to myself and this world, what is truly right for me, and how can I use this ego as a servant to cultivate a higher reality, to have a purposeful, driven life, and instead of destroying and kind of judging the ego from this higher awareness, to actually embody it, take it along and give it different shapes that more and more are like a piece of art, more and more shaped into the person we want to show up as in our day-to-day. Because the more we are content with who we are and we feel fulfilled with the values that represent us as human beings, the more freedom we will give to the world around us, and the more freely we will engage, because we give freedom to who we are and what we are developing to be in our everyday reality, and therefore others can be who they are. And we will no longer fight anymore with the ego and you are this and you are that, but we become fully devoted to who am I truly, and put our energy to awaken and establish that. So I'm super curious, maybe you have to replay this because it was a lot of information, but just for you to let us know if this was clear, if this is something you ever thought about. Do you feel more driven with the ego, with the higher self, and how do you believe you can bridge them both to be an embodied human being that is driven with value and feels a sense of fulfillment in who they are, what they have, and what they do and have to bring into this world. Thank you.